Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel, where we explore the latest happenings and unfolding stories within the British royal family. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. Today, we turn our attention to the future of the monarchy, and a rather significant potential shift being contemplated by the heir apparent, Prince William. Recent reports suggest the Prince of Wales is considering a path for his future reign that diverges quite dramatically from centuries of established practice. We're talking about the very heart of the monarchy's physical presence, Buckingham Palace. Could the iconic London landmark cease to be the primary home of the British monarch? That's the intriguing possibility we'll be delving into today. It's a development that speaks volumes about changing times, evolving priorities, and the personality of the man who will one day be king. Before we unpack the details of this fascinating story, if you appreciate staying informed about the royal family and enjoy our in-depth discussions, please do take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support truly helps us continue bringing you these updates. Now, let's explore the context. Buckingham Palace hasn't just been asterisk royal residence. It has been the official London residence of the United Kingdom's sovereigns since 1837. That year marks the accession of Queen Victoria, who was the very first monarch to make the palace her principal home. Before her, it was known as Buckingham House, acquired by King George III. But it was Victoria who cemented its status as the symbolic and administrative headquarters of the British monarchy. Think of the balcony appearances, the state banquets, the weekly audiences with prime ministers, the Trooping the Colour ceremony. So much of the pomp, circumstance, and day-to-day business of the crown revolves around this imposing edifice. For nearly 2 centuries, moving into Buckingham Palace upon ascending the throne has been an unquestioned tradition, a fundamental part of becoming the sovereign. However, according to recent reports, particularly a detailed piece in the respected publication, The Times, Prince William may have different ideas. The newspaper cites information from what it describes as a well-placed source, suggesting that the future King William V has no current intention of relocating his family to Buckingham Palace when his time comes to wear the crown. This isn't just a minor preference, it represents a conscious departure from a practice deeply embedded in royal history since the early Victorian era. The source quoted by The Times indicates that it is highly improbable that William and his wife Catherine, the Princess of Wales, would choose to abandon their current, more secluded way of life based primarily in the countryside. The insider puts it rather directly, stating, "I'm pretty sure that they won't move into BP. You can't imagine him saying, 'Great, let's move back to central London.'" This paints a picture of a couple deeply committed to the environment they have cultivated for their family, away from the constant bustle and unavoidable public exposure associated with living slap bang in the middle of the capital city. At the very core of this potential decision, the reports emphasize, lies the paramount importance of privacy, particularly concerning the couple's 3 young children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. The Waleses have made significant efforts to provide their children with as normal an upbringing as possible, given their unique circumstances. Their move to Adelaide Cottage on the Windsor estate was widely seen as part of this strategy, allowing the children to attend school nearby and enjoy the relative freedom of Windsor Great Park, away from the intense scrutiny of central London life. The source elaborates on this crucial point, explaining Prince William's likely thought process. He'll be asking, "If the children are still young when I take on the big job, how do I maintain that privacy?" This question highlights a fundamental challenge for any modern monarch, but perhaps especially for William, who himself experienced the pressures of growing up under an intense media spotlight, further amplified by the tragic experiences of his mother, Diana, Princess of Wales. It seems entirely plausible that those formative experiences have profoundly shaped his determination to shield his own children as much as possible for as long as possible. Living above the shop, as residing in Buckingham Palace is sometimes colloquially described, might be seen as fundamentally incompatible with that deeply held parental objective. Furthermore, the report suggests that Prince William's desire to maintain a distinct boundary between his public duties and his private family life is not merely a preference, but a calculated, long-term strategy. The source adds insight into William's approach, noting, William has played a very smart hand. He has chosen it. He has shaped it as he wanted to. This implies a prince who is not passively accepting the traditional trappings of monarchy, but actively considering how his future role can be adapted to fit his values and the needs of his family in the 21st century. It suggests years of careful contemplation about the path he wishes to forge, balancing the demands of the crown with the desire for a grounded family existence. This narrative of foresight and planning is further reinforced by commentary from royal expert Tom Quinn. He points out that meticulous succession planning has been an ongoing process within the royal family for a considerable time. Quinn reveals significantly, it began even before Charles's diagnosis. This indicates that preparations for the eventual transition were already in motion, driven not by recent health concerns but by pragmatic considerations. Quinn highlights a key factor. He's the oldest Prince of Wales to become king in history, so succession planning had begun because of the age issue. King Charles III ascended the throne at the age of 73, making him the oldest person to do so in British history. Naturally, this demographic reality would necessitate prudent, forward-looking preparations for the next reign, that of his son, Prince William. William, currently in his early 40s, has therefore had ample time, and indeed a clear impetus, to think deeply about the kind of monarch he wants to be and the structure of the institution he will inherit. So, if the future King William V and Queen Catherine choose not to make Buckingham Palace their primary home, what does this mean for the iconic building itself? It's important to stress that the palace would undoubtedly remain the monarchy's operational headquarters. It houses the offices of the royal household, hosts countless state occasions, diplomatic receptions, investitures, and garden parties. Its symbolic importance is undeniable. However, its role could potentially shift from being the sovereign's main residence to being primarily a working palace and a venue for official events. Perhaps parts of it could be opened up even more extensively to the public, generating revenue and allowing greater access to this historic site. This is, of course, speculation, but William's reported preference invites us to consider how these historic institutions might adapt. This potential decision, should it come to pass, signals a fascinating evolution in the monarchy. It suggests a move towards a potentially less formal, more adaptable institution under William's leadership. It prioritizes the well-being and privacy of the immediate royal family in a way that perhaps past generations could not or chose not to. It reflects a modern understanding of the pressures of public life and a desire to carve out a protected personal space, even within the context of immense public duty. Prince William seems acutely aware of the need to balance tradition with relevance, ensuring the monarchy connects with contemporary values while upholding its essential constitutional role. Choosing to reside elsewhere, while maintaining Buckingham Palace as the seat of official business, could be seen as a powerful symbol of this balancing act. It's a move that aligns with William and Catherine's established focus on specific causes, their relatively streamlined approach to royal duties compared to previous generations, and their clear emphasis on hands-on parenting. They represent a different generation facing different challenges and expectations. Breaking the 1837 tradition of residing at Buckingham Palace would be a bold statement, underscoring William's intention to reign, as the initial reports suggest, very much on his own terms. This development certainly gives us much food for thought about the direction of the British monarchy in the decades to come. It's a reminder that while the crown provides continuity, the individuals who wear it inevitably shape its character and practices for their time. Prince William appears poised to continue the process of modernization, thoughtfully considering how best to serve the nation, while safeguarding his family and adapting age-old traditions to contemporary realities. So, to summarize the key points, reports suggest Prince William is contemplating not moving into Buckingham Palace when he becomes king, breaking a tradition dating back to Queen Victoria in 1837. The primary drivers behind this potential decision appear to be the desire for greater family privacy, particularly for his 3 children, and a preference for their current, more secluded lifestyle outside of central London. This choice is portrayed not as a whim, but as part of a carefully considered long-term plan by the prince, shaped by his own experiences and vision for his future reign. Succession planning, according to experts, has been underway for some time, prompted in part by the historical context of King Charles's age upon accession. This potential shift raises interesting questions about the future use of Buckingham Palace and signals Prince William's intention to potentially modernize aspects of the monarchy while balancing duty and family life. We are very keen to hear your perspectives on this. What are your thoughts on Prince William potentially choosing not to live at Buckingham Palace? Do you see it as a sensible adaptation to modern life, or a concerning break from important tradition? How do you think the public might react? Please share your views in the comments section below. We always value reading your insightful contributions, and of course, if you found this discussion informative and engaging, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and perhaps click the notification bell so you won't miss our future updates on the royal family and other significant events. Thank you so much for watching and spending this time with us today. We look forward to welcoming you back for our next video. Until then, take care and goodbye for now.